Hello game devs, welcome to another GDevelop tutorial with Moments Online. In this video, I'm going to take a look at how to create that of a platformer game using GDevelop 5. But before anything, GDevelop 5 has a new update and we want to check that out. So right here in the editor, I'm going to get to let me get to the start page. And right at the about GDevelop, we have there's a new update. So there's GDevelop 5 beta 103, which was released 3 days ago on GitHub. We want to take a look at what is new. There are a few things that are new. Okay, so version 5.00 beta 03. And there are a few improvements. What I actually saw that got me excited was the tile map. Say Happy New Year to everyone. Note that the much awaited tile map object will be included in the next versions in the next weeks. So I'm guessing it will be included very soon. But there are a few improvements over here that's changed ambient color of a lightning layer, expression to get the zoom of a camera on layer. We have a few tutorials in here also. And then right here, we add for each event that iterates on the children a structure variable. So there's been a couple of additions and improvements here and there, performance improvements, and less memory storage for twin behavior. So that's quite interesting. And there's terrace demo. Oh, this is also quite interesting. So I guess I'll have to check this out. But let me get rid of this and get to create a new project. So right here, we're on the startup page. And okay, I'm looking for the terrace demo, but I can't really find it over here. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Just checking. Okay, so I have 2 people online right now. Welcome, guys. Yeah, okay, so I have 2 of you. Welcome. And once again, I'll be taking a look at how to create a platformer game in GDevelop 5. This time around, I'll be taking a look at 2 levels. And this is unprecedented. I mean, it's not something that I planned out. So I'm actually going to take my time and try and explain a few things as I create the game. I want to get a number of at least 3 people and then get started right away. So you want to check out the GDevelop 5 beta 103. You can find it in the GitHub page if you know how to get there. I think I have a link in one of my videos, so you can check it out. Let me see if I can just get there quickly. GitHub. GDevelop. Okay, so I'm on the GDevelop GitHub page right now. Oh, there's not what I'm looking for. I'm going to type in here beta 103. Okay, Okay, so this is a pre-release. They've written it over here, meaning it has not, I don't think it has been officially released, or 3 days ago. Okay. Then it's out. So you can update your GDevelop game engine at the moment from either the startup page, or I think the website also. You can get the update over there. So right here we have a few bug fixes. So right here you're going to see more information, make storage, internal changes, and a few others. Let me get right here. Okay. So everything is in here for you. Once you get to the GitHub, once again, you can just download it. Okay, so let me get back to the tutorial for today. Okay, Oliver Frank, is it Frank Frick? Okay. Hello. Uh-oh, I think I just lost someone. Oh, okay, you just had a question. Okay, go ahead and ask. Okay, Jonas Mueller. Hello, Jonas. Okay, how do I make good button for Android? Hello, Jonas. I'll answer you in a bit. Coming. Okay, so I think there's actually a tutorial for that in the editor itself, for making that of good button for that of Android, even for um touch or mouse on object. It is pretty laggy when tapped multiple times. Okay. Have you tried using that of a trigger? Let me see. So try. For each. I don't know. Touch. Uh, Okay, so we have the third person over here. So Oliver, you can try using triggers and see if it's going to help with that particular problem with that of the touch mouse. I want to get started with the tutorial right away. So forgive me if I might not be able to answer most of your comments at the moment. So let's get into the editor and then get started. So right here, as the title says, I'm going to start from scratch. So I'll go for that of create a new project. And then I want to change the part of my document. So I'm going to go for that of choose folder. Mostly I used to save my documents in documents itself, but I've been having a little bit of trouble with that. So I'm going to change that and then save it in downloads. So I'm just going to create a folder. And then this is for live stream, for live stream. And go for select folder. So now I can just go ahead and start with an empty game. So when you're starting out with a new platformer game or any particular game, you want to start with a few things. You want to adjust your project name. So the project name here is going to be a GDevelop 5 platformer. And then right here, you can actually change the versions and adjust a few other stuff. And I'm going to add the author name here, moments online, and go for that of apply. Now I can get into my scenes and add my first scene. So I want to name the level. So I'll get into scene properties, and for the window, I want to call this first level. Then I'm going to go for a scene background color of light blue. I kind of like the light blue effect. Okay. I'm still going to be using that of sprites for the background. I'm not going to be using the tiled sprite. Even though that is helpful, I would like to use a sprite instead. I mostly go for the sprite instead of the tiled sprite. So I'm going to go ahead and go for that of a sprite. And then I'm going to pick up a background image. Okay, so I have most of my sprites in downloads. A lot of, I get most of my assets from craft picks. I mean, there's also Kenny Assets. Kenny Assets is also a free 2D artist where you can get most of your sprites from. As a matter of fact, most of the sprites from that of GDevelop was designed by Kenny Assets, and he's an amazing 2D artist. So you can get to the website and get most of your game assets over there. So I want to pick up a simple background, and I like this one because of the grass effect. So I'm going to just go for that. This was initially designed to be a menu, but I'm going to use it differently. I'm going to call this something like grassland. There you go. And then I'm going to apply. So with this, I'm going to drag this onto the screen. And I'm going to go for 25%. I want to 50%. Yeah. The image still looks very big. So I'm resizing it. Let me use this 1000. Wow. Okay. I really do not like the way it's looking. Uh, okay. Going to get back to 50%. Okay. So this looks absurdly huge. It's way too huge. Resize this more. So sometimes even getting the background to fit properly can be a problem. Okay, so I think I've managed to resize this. Okay, so like this is okay. Then I'm going to add a few platforms. So I'm going to go for the sprite, add a few platforms. Let's see. Think, okay, no, this won't be a bad image. Okay, so I'm going to use this as the platform. It's a wood platform. Let me just change this to branch. Now apply. So with this, I can just drag it underneath. Okay. So I have it right here below the background. And because it's more or less like an image, it's kind of blocking the background itself. Okay. So I have it set over here. And then I want to make that a platform. So I'll go for the three dots, just like we've done over and over again in most tutorials. Edit object. I'll go for that of behaviors and add a behavior to the object. And go for that of platform that platformer characters can run on. I mean, it's so obvious. And click on apply. So with this, I just turn that into a platform that the character can actually run on. So I can kind of duplicate this over a lengthy area. I'm just going to go for Control J. Oh, sorry. Let's see. Copy and paste. So I just duplicated that. I'm going to add this right at the edge. So this is not going to be that much of a long level. It's a simple level. And the plan is to get my character to move over this branch until it gets to the end right here. Then when it gets to the end, I want it to collide with that of a very huge coin, which I'll be adding very soon. And once it collides with that particular coin, it's going to move on to the next level. So with that in mind, I want to add another grassland. Yeah. Branch -1. Okay. So control So one thing you have to keep in mind is the Z order. Since these are the backgrounds, you want the Z order to be very low. So mostly what I do is go for a negative value, -1 for that of the background images. I'll do the same thing for the second one I just added. And now I have that of another image. It looks like a double background. Okay. I'm going to use the list to find my hidden branch. So I had a second branch over here. Let me use the first one. This is getting out of hand. Okay. Two. This should also be 2. Okay. Okay. So now this is what it looks like. It's quite simple. Set this to -2 again. Yes. Right now, I'm not using any parallax in effect. I just want to duplicate the backgrounds and then use that over a longer area. So this is just using the background over and over again. Back to the old branch, setting it back to 2. Okay. So now I have what I was looking to get. It's not looking all that bad. Okay, I have the third branch. So I'm going to lay that right here. And then since I want it to end, I can make this shorter, shrink it. So I fix the background itself. So right now I have my background and that of my platform set up. So what I'm going to do is add my character. I'll go for add a new object, obviously, and then sprite. Okay. So there was a character I used for that of the sprite sheet tutorial. I think that was a few days ago or weeks ago. I don't know. I like to use that particular character, which is right here. I guess. Oh, okay. I can use this because I've not split every one of the sprites from the sprite sheet, so it's really going to take a lot of time. Let me just use one of the previous sprites. Okay. Whoa. GDevelop. Okay, so right here, GDevelop assets. This is where I store some of my assets from that of Kenny assets. I want to use the tune characters. There are a couple of them. My favorite one is the robot, so I use that almost at times. And I'm going to go for poses HD. I have a couple of poses over here. And the first pose is just going to be an idle pose. So I'll go for that and add that up. So this is just going to be an idle pose. I'll name that. And then I'll add the next animation. And the next animation is going to be a walk pose. So it's going to be moving. So for animation 1, I'm going to add up the walk pose. So right here is the walk pose. And it has 7 different walk poses. I'm not going to use all the poses. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think 5. Even 5 is too much. Let me just use up to that of 4, and then that's it for me. So with this, I'm going to loop that because this is going to be a loop animation, and the 0.08 is quite fast. So I'm going to reduce that a little bit to 10, so 0.10. And I'm going to add other jump animation. So for the second animation, I want to have a jump animation. Right here is the character jump. I'll add that. So this is also going to be that of jump. And then the first animation, which I forgot to name, is going to be walk. So walk, idle, and then that of jump. We are not going to be doing anything too fancy. I don't know if I should add a little bit of shoot. Let me see what you guys are saying. So pardon me, I just want to check on the comments. Okay. Okay. So there are no comments right now. I don't know. I'm so pretty new to this, but I did not found tutorials for Android because everyone is doing HTML5. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's because probably the HTML5 is easy to host for that of website, and most of the platforms that we use the HTML5 on, most of the platforms we use are basically good for that of HTML5 than Android. Android, that means you'll be using it on the Play Store. So I think that's why. But I think there are tutorials for Android. If you should check Sparkman, he's also another great game developer. I think he has a few tutorials over there. But just like I was saying, if you should try using the trigger and it doesn't work, let me know. I probably might make a tutorial on that, Oliver. Yeah, hello. It's CVO. I really cannot pronounce this. CVOV Okay. Hello. So I'm going to continue. I just wanted to check up on the comments. Okay. So from here, the next thing I'm going to do is add another animation. I was thinking of not adding too much animation, but I think I just changed my mind. Let me add a third one. Okay. So it's going to be something like a head animation and it collides with an enemy. So we have 3 animations currently added. 4 if you should add that of the 0. Animation 0, which is the idle animation. So I'm going to go for apply. So right now we have the character added and I'm going to rename it. I'm going to give it a cool name. Roboman. Should be kind of cool. Roboman. Okay, so that's the name for the robot right here, Roboman. So there was an argument, kind of like an exchange between another person that commented on one of my videos. Apparently, what he was saying is there's kind of like an inbuilt player hitbox, and I understand it's possible there's an inbuilt player hitbox, but from the platformer tutorial on the startup page, you realize there is an actual hitbox, and I think that has a reason. It makes it easier for the character, for you to be able to control the character. I've tried using your player without the player hitbox, and sometimes it gets a little bit slow and late. So I don't know exactly what he meant by that, but then um, whatever he meant, I hope he clarified it, but he didn't. So let me get into this and add a player hitbox. That was just by the way. Okay. I'm going for the player hitbox. I could have just created one But let me just use a sample. Right. New project. Okay. I'm going to call this a player hitbox. Hitbox. Right. Now all I need is an enemy. So I'm going to add an enemy. Get to that of poses HD. I think I can use the male person for an enemy here. I mean, okay. I also like this particular sprite, but I want it to be a girl or a lady. I want it to be a female. So the female is actually going to be the enemy right here. Okay. Well, this girl looks fierce enough. I'm going to go for the idol and then add that. So this is also going to be idol. This is enemy. And then add another animation. Let's see. We're going to have walk. Here, so I'm going to go for 4 different walk poses. So from walk 1 to walk 4, just like I did previously. And then add that. So this is also going to be walk. And then I'm going to add an attack animation. Where is it? An attack. I want it to be a kick. There should be a kick animation right here. Attack, 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 kick. Okay. That's it. I'm going to call this animation kick. And I'm going to apply that. So I have the enemy also added. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag my enemy onto the platform. So this enemy is going to go right here. So the enemy is going to be waiting for my main character. And I'm going to duplicate that. So we have 2 enemies over here. I want to make sure it's exactly on that of the platform, or in this case the branch angle. So on the y-axis, this is 404. This is also 404, so they are well aligned. Okay, so now I can go ahead and just drag my player hitbox somewhere here. This looks very small. Let me try zooming to that of a 50. Okay, so right here at the player hitbox, it looks very, very, very tiny. And I'm going to drag RoboMan. So in order to get my Robo to be exactly on my player hitbox, I want to resize it to fit the player hitbox. So let me see. This is 5'8". In height 150. 150. This is also very small. I'm going to make this 150 by 200. Okay, the 150 by 200 looks big enough. I just hope, oh, the lady will be way bigger than, I don't want the enemy to be bigger than the character itself. So the same size, 150 by 200. 150 by 200. The custom size. So okay, I have my enemies right here, and then the character. So now I'm going to resize this also, 150 by 200. Okay. For this, I just set up my area. Okay. So now there are a few things I would like to add. I'll add a few coins. So the character is going to pick up a few coins. So I want to add that. So sprite, and then add animation. And there's a particular coin I like the most. I've used it in most of the tutorials too. And I think I shared the sprite sheet, sorry, the sprites with you guys on HIO. And I used that also in one of, what was the name? Like, I've even forgotten. Where's it? Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I used that in one of the game jams. That was early February last year. That was an interesting one. And so I'll be using this coin image up to that of 3. It's going to spin to image 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 up to 16. Wow, that's a lot. Let me just add all of them. Okay, so we have 16 of them. I'll call this coin. It's going to be the coin. Apply. What I was saying is I used this in the game jam, and for that particular game jam, I placed 50 something. I mean, I don't know why I was given that position, but I think it's because I was going up against people that were using Unity game engine, and they had effects and other things that GDevelop didn't have at the time. So for those who were supposed to judge, that was the position they gave me. Okay. I'm going to add up the coin. I think the coin is a little bit huge. I'm going to set the size. This one to 100 by 100. Okay, 100 by 100 is okay. 100 and then another 100. Right here. And 100 by 100. By that of 100. Okay, so I just resize these ones. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to align this over here. So it's going to kind of like increase the difficulty a lot because you want to pick up the coins and get points. But then the coins are within these two enemies over here. So if you don't take care, you just might get attacked and then that's it for you. So that's the whole idea. Then let's get more coins over here. I'm going to align it. Few of them. Oh, so this is more or less like 4 over here. Okay, to the last part. So the last part is going to have the bigger coin. I did something similar in that game jump. So this is going to be bigger than the rest, 200, 200, and it's going to give more points to the character. So once the character collides with this particular coin, it's going to move on to the next stage. But before the character can actually get to the next stage, it will have to meet up with more of the character, the enemy. I should have created right here 3 of the enemies. Okay. So this is plain. It's going to be too easy if the character just walks through and then gets to the coin. We're going to add a few jump overs. I mean, some blocks over here so that you can jump over it. And that's what I'm going to do. We want to add a few jump overs to not be too easy for the character. So environment. Okay, so these are trees, and no, I don't want this. Okay. I think, okay, so there are a few other blocks I can use from here. Platformer pack. Yes, there's a few tiles over here. Okay. Well, this is interesting. So I have a good set. I'm going to pick the crates of boxes over here. So this particular one, I'm going to be using this. Then this is my box. I'm going to drag that right here. That is going to be an obstacle right here. Then right over here also, I'm going to create another obstacle. So this is not going to be too easy. And let's see. Okay, so 2, 4. I'm going to add a few traps over here. Let me add a trap. I think there's a trap I can add. Okay, the spikes will do. It's a good trap. So I'm going to call this trap. Go for apply. I'll drag this right here. So we have a trap right here in the middle. If the character should collide with that, it just might lose a life or probably just die. So we have this. I'm going to add this right here. So what I'm doing is, once the character gets past this particular crate, it's going to try, and it cannot move underneath this. In order to get the coins, you have to escape this particular enemy. And when you escape the enemy, you actually have to jump through this. So it makes it a little bit difficult. So once you're creating your game, you want to be planning everything ahead. So it's going to make it a little bit difficult. So it will not be too easy. You get stuck at level 1 for a while before you move to the next level. So once you get that, I want it to be smooth sailing from here onwards. I don't want it to be too difficult at the end, even though there's still going to be a trap over here. There's still going to be a trap right here. Okay. Then finally at the end, you still have to go through a little bit of difficulty. Okay. Now we have this. It's looking good. Let's look at it from a zoomed out level of 25%. Let's go back a little bit, 10%. So this is how it's looking like when I zoom out. 50%. You're back to it. Okay. So I think everything is good for now. So let's set the box. Let's give it a behavior. The box, I'm going to add a platform behavior. So apply. So now that can be stood on. So the character can stand on the boxes now. And what I need is points. So I'm not going to forget the points. Those ones are very important. So this is for scoring points. I'll get back to desktop right here, then add the points. So coin animation, PNG, right here, 4x. So the coin here is going to be the image, and it's just going to show that this is so object name and image. So this is just an image. I'm going to drag this and set it to the top. So it's going to be here, but it looks big. Resize that to 100. Look at how 100 is going to be. 100 custom size. Okay, so that is small enough. So I'll drag it over here. So this is where the points will be. Okay. Points. I think they're almost done with the graphical aspect of it. We'll get to the event section very soon, which is going to run the game. So right here. And then I'm going to add the text. So right here, go for an X. This is going to be 50. Its name, I should go for X image. This is really not going to do anything. It's just for the design. Right here, I have the X. And then I'm going to add the score. So text right here should be 0. Here it will be score. And I want to use a little bit of font over here, so I'm going to pick up a font file. The font file I can get from my assets. So once again, you can get all your assets from Kenny Assets or Craftspect or Market. What's the other one? Game Dev Markets. They all have amazing sprites you can use. So you can just get down there and then download all of them for free. Okay, so I think font pack, let's say Kenny. So there are a number of them. Okay. So Kenny Future Narrow. Oh, I think this looks good. Okay. Kenny Mini Square. I'm going to go for that. Kenny mini square. Okay, that looks good. So small. If you can see, it's so small. Let me drag it out. It's still very small. See, 500 by 500. Oh, this is so small. I cannot even change the size. No, this is not working. So let me just forget the font file for now. I wanted to use it, but it seems once I drag that, I'm unable to resize it. Get this to 100. 100. Oh, okay. My bad. I'm missing something. I should have resized it from here. Look at me. 50. So font file, mini square, yeah. So you're back on board. Apply. Okay, so I have it right here. So since you are using the mini square, I'm going to add that one to the X image also, just so that we can have the same font right here, mini square. And that's it. So it looks neat, but the zero still needs to look a little bit bigger. Okay, but this is it. With this, we have 60, and that's it. Okay, so this is looking good. Okay, so we just set up the score. So there are a few other things we have to continue with, like the complete level. This is just to indicate that the level has been completed. So I just want to do this quickly as possible. Object name, level completed. Okay, so right here. So this is going to be on a different layer. Just like the stat is also going to be, just like the game over is also going to be on a different layer. We are going to be adding layers. So this right here, which is the icon, is open the layers editor. We want to add a layer, and the layer right here is going to be level completed. That should be it. So now I can add this to that particular layer. Where level completed, off, and then on. Back on board. Level completed. So now we have that on a different level. And let's create a game over text. So right here, game over, font, Kenny mini square, and then let's see something very huge, 120 in size. Game Game over. That's it. Game over. So we have that also over here. So game over. And I'll place, oh, let me create game over layer. So add a layer, game over. I'm going to add this to it, game over. Okay, so currently this is what it's looking like. That's what we have. So this is our level. Oh, where did this one come from? Let me see if I can place this somewhere here. Let me just delay. It's gone. So we have this. So the main character is going to move from right here, which is the beginning, to the end right here. So this is for our first level completed. I don't know. So add a new scene. So this is the second level. So once it gets past the first level, we want to be able to create it in the second level. We can set most of these over here to be that of a global so that we can use that again rather than using them or adding them over again. But the last time I did that, there were a little bit of problems. So I think for now, the best is not to use a global. I'm just going to add that real quick and set it up. Let me quickly add this up. Oh, okay. Right here. Background. Horizontal 2D game. I wonder where I got this from. So BG. Sound. And then right here. So you want to make sure the backgrounds are the same. So just checking on the sizes that I used over here. Oh, right. Oh, that's not it. Let me set this to negative. Okay. So these are the sizes. Just going to copy that. Reuse it for and fifty 25. Okay. Angles rather. Custom size. Six, 7, and the height 1042. So we're on the second level, guys. For those who just joined, I can see I have 5 people right now. Okay. And animation with this, I'm just going to custom size that. Okay. Drop this. Okay. 254102. Let's just duplicate this. Okay. The same thing. and then have the same thing over here. So I want the alignment to be in order. Constantly have to check for the alignment: negative 3, 5, negative 3, 5, negative 3, 5. Oh, did I get it wrong? 2, 8, 5. No. Okay. Same value for this. Then we want the same value here too. I'm going to pick up the branches also, and then add that. Okay. PNG. I have everything scattered around. Okay. X-Man style. I think that's where I go. PNG for the old one. Sorry. Fairy tale. This was noise. This 4. Okay. So right here. I have this back as a branch. And this might look a little bit taxing because I'm actually not using global. I don't know how the global is going to work out now. I mean, there has been an update, so you want to check it out. I've not checked it out yet. There has been an update. So I guess most of the errors in it probably might have been fixed. You want to check that out, and right here. Three. Yep. You go 10, 5, 3, 5, 3. Okay. So zoom out a little bit. Okay. So this is how it's looking. I'm going to get this pushed in a little bit. 5, 3. To make this very small, just to fit the edge of the background. Okay, so now I have that. Now player hitbox and that of the Roboman, which is the main character. These you cannot use two separate. I mean, I'm not saying you can use them. You can actually use two separate player hitbox and two separate main character for level 1 and level 2. Obviously, once you move from level 1, it's a separate ball game altogether. Wow, what just happened here? It's a separate ball game altogether. I think one of my branches is hidden. Branch. When trap. Okay. So I hit one of the branches -4, which was supposed to be a 2. That's my fault. So as I was saying, you can use two separate players or characters. So once this level is over, it's a new level altogether. But I'm going to just use this as a global object. Let's see how that plays out. And then player hitbox also is going to be a global object. So two of them, global objects. I have that over here. I can just drag, drop, very simple. 50, get back. I think the sizes I used for this was that of a 100 by 120 height. It is too small. 150 by 200. By 200. And then the Roboman, 150 also by 200. The other 4, the other 3, obviously. The other 4, the other 3, 5, 4. Enemy. Right here, coin. I'm going to add up the coin here separately. Coin, free platforms right here. Assets, coin animation. So just like I did, I'm gonna add up all these 16 coins and add that right here. So this is going to be set to a loop of these coins. They are going to be spinning. I can call this spin coin. And before anything, I just want to check something out real quick right here. Okay. So I want to set this also to 10. So these coins are going to be in a loop spinning. Right here also edit coin, spin, and then we have coin itself, so coin, and then coin image. So real quick, I'm going to add up the coin image. Coin image. So that's it. Add this here, and this is going by the name coin image. So I'm literally setting up the same thing over here with the objects. So score, level completed, game over. This here being the coin image. Sorry, the X image. Score. So I'm going to set the score to global, because obviously the score is going to somehow cut across both all the levels. Quickly set this as a global. I'm going to separate. Let me just separate this. Wow. Let's see. Edit 100 for that of the score. Okay. Text. Text. And this is going to be 0. Reset to that of 0. So I'll drag the coin image right here and then set the size. This is 100 by 100. Oh, sorry, I'm setting the size for the wrong thing. 100 by 100. Okay. So I'll align this to the very top of the box we have right here. And then now it's time to add up the score. So this goes close to the coin image with the okay. X image is 60. So next image of size 60 and then just an X. The font is mini square and I have this added right here on top. Okay. And I think this is looking up 25. Okay. I'm going to add up the coins, align them. So one here, the next going to be a little bit higher. And then on top right over here. I'm spacing them because right in the middle I want to add the blocks or the crates. I'm going to add a crate over there. Poses. Go back to crates. Else everything. So this was the crate I used. This goes as box. And then I'm going to add that right here. So I'm keeping in mind the dimensions for each of the objects just so that they don't look different from each other for each level. The dimensions will have to be the same. And right here, I'm going to give a little bit of space. So this is going to be let me just zoom in a little bit. Right here, I have the crates. Okay, this is looking good. I'm going to place a coin right here. Then I'm going to place a trap underneath the coin. So when the player thinks of getting that coin, obviously, yeah, you're going to fall into a trap. We don't just chains after the coin. I'm adding the trap. That's it. So the trap is right here underneath the coin. Zoom out. Okay. So this is right underneath the coin. Trap coin. 150. This is this. Now it's time to add the enemies. See. So also for the enemy, I would like to make that a global, as that would be easier to use. So set as a global object. I think there has been a little bit improvement because before when you set it as a global object, sometimes the sprite itself just gets missing. There used to be quite a few errors back then. I don't know. 150 by 200. So going to have another lady. This I'm going to place the box right here. So this is going to hide behind it. Then right here, I mean, when the character jumps onto this particular box, it's supposed to get down. But in getting down, what I want to do is set a trap on the box. So how the character is going to escape from that is going to be challenging. I'm going to make a way out for set a trap right on the box. So once it collides with the trap, it's life gone. Okay. So this is looking quite good. But things are going to get a little bit difficult as the character approaches the end. So another one over here. And then right on the crate or the box, this right here. And I have this. Hmm. And then that's it. Then I'm going to put a coin over here just to entice the player. I mean, if you're a gamer, you want to pick every coin. So this is to entice you to try and pick it and then get your character killed. This is right here for free. This will be right here. Let me see. Going to be right here. just like I was saying, I'm going to make a way out. So if you should jump right here, and you don't land properly, then it's bye bye for you. Then the final coin, which is the end of the level, is going to be a bigger one, just like in the first level. So the size of the coin is 200 by 200. 200 by that of a 200, and then custom size that of the bigger coin at the end. So this, once the character is able to get here, equalize with that, I mean the level is completed. Now it's time to add our game over and then completed level, or is it success? I think I should use success rather. Game over. Game over. Edit. Game over. Mini square. And then go for a new text. Game over. And this was 100. Drag this right. Whoa, this is huge. Game over 120. The size here is 120. And then that's it. Game over. Level completed. So this is 60. So instead of level completed on the last scene, since this is the last scene, I want to make it something very special. So let's see, success. Success. Yes, 60. Yes. And then going to add up the layers. Game over layer. And success. We have two layers. Right here. Set that layer onto success and game over onto the game over layer. So right now we have our second level completed. So now you realize there's one thing missing, which is the player life. So the player, I want the player to have two lives. So you have two chances at this, 2 lives. So I'll quickly add this up from here. So you have a chance at 2 lives. I wanted to use the text for it, but I'm rethinking it. Thinking if I should use a text, it's not really going to be that neat. So instead of it being a normal text, I want it to be an image, because an image is quite, it leaves an impression than a text. It leaves an impression than a text. So I'm going for the robot head. I think there's a head of the robot over here. So if I get to parts HD, so this is the head. So this looks like a shocked. So I like that. I'll use that as a live. So this is live 1. I'll duplicate this and then I'll rename live 2. So with this, get right here, then drag this to the right hand side of my screen. So live 1, live 2. I want to arrange it properly. So I'll put this to the end of 112. Live 1. Came over. Okay. Now I'm going to put these ones over here on a different layer. I do not really want them on the base layer. First of all, let me just check something real quick. So this is looking upsetting. I figured this. It's looking way too huge. Way too huge. Add in a few of the events. So game over. Game over. Okay. $25. This 50. So I'm looking for traces of spaces between the objects. 25. So I'm going to real quick add a camera. The center camera on an object for player hitbox, and then that's it. Okay, so I like that. It has centered the camera on. It has made everything else way too huge. Excuse me, guys. Wait, let me. So I have. Okay, so guys, I'll be with you in a few minutes. Someone is just calling. So give me a few minutes, like 1 minute. I'll be back real soon. Let me say this, but I will be. Okay, I'm back. Let's get back to comments. Okay, I have a comment right here. I don't know. Well, just saw a link. Just saw a link in FB, so I just wanted to say hello. Okay, Rapper Games. I think Rapper Games. I've seen a few of your tutorials, and that of Hi HT Haturex Studios. Okay, okay. Can you just duplicate scene to have two scenes? That's from CVO Vic. Is this CVO VDC? Duplicate scenes. Yeah, I think you can duplicate scene. Biggest problem, why can't you have a global score on all the scenes? It's possible, but not with a global variant. GDevelop is cool, but boy, it's not easy to find out how it works. Yeah, it is true. It's very true. Sometimes the global, you using a global score on all the scenes, not very global. Mm. It's very difficult to have it across scenes. I remember when I started out with GDevelop, that was 2 years ago. I mean, it wasn't easy creating my first game. I tried over and over and over and over and over before I could get the hang of some of these things. And I think it still needs a few improvements though. But I hope it's going to get better for some of the for the score like this, especially when you're trying to have a high score, create a high score. I think I did that almost like 4 times before I could get the hang of it. I know it was something else. How is everything going? I have a question. I want to learn more about events, but I cannot find enough resources. Can you please help me? Okay, so for GDevelop, for the events, if you want to learn more about the events, I think you should go to the GDevelop wiki. I think there's more about events on the wiki. I don't know how in depth it is because I read it only for a few, and then I stopped I stopped reading it and started using the game engine itself. So I had to use it over and over again. So I don't know, events. Okay. So I think probably the wiki might help, but if you're still having problems with the wiki, then you want to join GDevelop forum. I think the forum you have most of the programmer, and the owner of GDevelop itself is also very active in the forum. So you can ask him any questions you want over there on the forum. Um, okay, so I think that's all of the comments for now. So I'm just going to get back to the game. Let me set this. I'm back. Okay. Oh, what's happening? Okay. Wow, for a moment I thought I had lost everything. I really have to save this. Okay. So I'm going to get back to events. I want to take a look at what I've done with a different angle. Spelled that way too wrong. Camera on the exposition. Don't choose anything. So no looking up for me. And then okay. Uh, -10. And think out of screen. Okay. Okay. Lose deco. Oh, is there a website with complete GDevelop games that I can download and just simply copy to paste the commands completed? I think if you are looking for the source files, most of some of the GDevelop games you can find on h.io. So once you get to h.io, I think that's gem tutorials. Gem tutorials has it, and then GDevelop itself also has a page on that particular website, so you can get the source files over. Then you can copy and paste the commands if you want to. Uh, so I guess that should help you out. Looks deco. I think deco. Yeah. I really do not like the way the resolution is looking up. So I want to test something out here. Still out of frame. This small thing. Show max. Yeah. A few fixes. Okay. 800. So guys, what I'm doing is I'm trying to get the camera to set properly on my objects. I do not like the way it's showing when I run it. So that's what I'm trying to do. Okay. Mm. Oh, this is exactly what I don't like. This is working properly. Okay. And the positioning of this is just not the best for me. 25 fixed right here. 25 few minutes. Okay. So I'm going to reposition the objects a little bit because they are not fitting the screen exactly. So to do that quickly, I'm using the list of this right here. Well, what's the name? Open the list of instances. I think it allows you to select multiple things that it should. I'm going to reposition this. Okay. Okay. 281, 281, 28081 or 281. Right. Top. This right here. And then this. Okay. Repositioned this over here also. Nine. Okay. No capturing the weight. Seconds 600. Okay. Okay, so this should be enough. Let me get the live back into scene one or the level one. Just going to add the live. So add animation and then okay, that's it. this 4 4. So right here should also be 4. I'll duplicate this, and then that's it. Back to this is also a 4. Oh no, I want to align that 4 4 with 16. This is right here. Just change this to HUD. Still HUD. HUD. Setting this also to HUD. So all these are going to go onto the HUD layer. So these are going to be different from the base layer, so that anything that happens on there is differentiated or is different from what is going to happen with the rest of the other objects. Because when it's game over, we want all this to be hidden, but then the base layer is still going to be around. Okay, so now I have that. Let's get into the events a little bit. Getting rid of this. So for the first event for the level 1, I'll start with the level 1. So right here is the event. So for the first condition, mostly at the beginning of the scene is first condition. And at the beginning of the scene, we want to get rid of this particular layers, the game over and that of completed level. They are not supposed to be there at all. So I want to hide that. So hide a layer. So game over. And then that of hide level completed. Then we want to set the player hitbox. That is on the X. Oh, this has been long. Okay, sorry guys. I think I just forgot how to set a player hitbox. Let me see. It's supposed to be right here. Player hitbox modification sign. I think this is also set to player hitbox. This Y. So there's a -12 over here. Okay. Well, Okay, so I have to set my player hitbox with the required behavior. No. Platform or character offsets. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and set the camera. Onto that of the player hitbox. Oh, totally out of screen. Let me run this again. I don't know why it fell out of the. Oh, okay. 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 So I'm just going to be pushing the character. Drag it right here. I think it went a little bit too far to the left. Just fell out of the screen. Whoa. Mm, 2 points plus. No, it keeps falling out. Player hitbox. Okay. This custom size. This custom size. Behaviors. Yes. It's not supposed to slip past the other two. The other this is so 5. So this is interesting. 100. Obviously getting the positionings not too good. Uh-oh. Oh, this is getting out of um, yeah, it works. And I still have the same thing. Okay, so now it's has a camera on the character. Okay, so I'm going to have the car. Wait, I'm going to set back player hitbox, and this time around the camera, I think I'm going to leave it without setting it specifically on the player. Let me see what's going to happen here because this is not supposed to be happening. Search common actions for all objects. Any update. Robo. Yeah. Chain of objects. Why? Need to be off section. Oh, something is up. Let's real up. X position, Y position. Okay. That's the case. I'm just going to do without the hitbox and then focus on the player itself. I'm going to give this a behavior, platformer, and then this right here, I'm just going to hide that. Whoa, how is it getting through the lock position of editor? Branch. Oh, I think I'm missing something over here. It's either the player is being repositioned out of where I want it to be. So no matter what I do, it just keeps falling out of screen. There, there must be something up with this. Yes, differently. Okay. So if this is continuing this way, I think we'll have to make a part 2 of this because it seems this is really not working out. It's just supposed to land right here, but something is up. I don't know if I missed something that I'm not finding out, but there clearly has to be a part 2 of this. So guys, I'm not really getting it right now. I don't know what is happening at the moment, because I'm trying to get the character to land exactly on the branch, but it just keeps falling off the screen. Something which rarely happens because I've used it over and over again, but this time around it just keeps falling off of screen. I think we'll have to continue this. I think tomorrow I might just look at it properly and then see exactly where I probably might have mixed, and then continue from here. So I'm going to save this. Don't have to worry. I'll save this right here. I'm going to save this, and then I'm going to check out exactly what I did wrong. That gets my character off of screen almost every time. Excellent. Okay. So I'm going to save this, and this will be continued tomorrow. I don't know why. All of a sudden, the character just keeps falling out of the screen that I wanted to land onto. But this used to happen before, but over time it just stopped happening. So I figured it had been fixed or something. But probably it might be something that I did wrongly, that is not getting the character to land on the platform that I want it to be. So I'm going to check it out, and then tomorrow I'm going to continue from where I found difficulty with, and then from there we're going to complete this particular live stream. So thank you very much for being with me for almost an hour and 24 minutes. Wow, that's a lot. Thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow. I mean, everyone, the comments. Yeah, okay. So, guys, I'm going to complete this tomorrow. Thank you, and keep creating game devs.